using our creativity is the mechanism which brings about the life that we want to see, even if we don't materially see it yet. Every day is a new side quest in this beautiful mission of creating your own destiny. You have to take that first step. The art of starting over. As you can see, your girl got new hair. She's looking very free, very youthful. It's giving blonde, babe. For me, that looks like starting over my relationship with YouTube, starting over my relationship with work. Some of y'all know your girl quit her 9-to-5. I have been unemployed for about a month now, and I plan on doing a full deep dive, how to prepare to leave corporate video, how to choose yourself, how to choose your creativity later in the month. But today, we're talking about the heart set, the mindset, and the spiritual prowess you have to start over. Change is scary, but we are courageous, okay? It takes courage to say, hey, hold on, assess what's going on in your life, both personally and societally, and say, actually, there is a misalignment, and to pivot into your purpose. When you're starting over, whether it's from a relationship breakup, friendship breakup, maybe you're outgrowing some of your family members, maybe you quit your job, maybe you just graduated college, maybe you're moving to a new city. When you're starting over, it can be daunting. But in that unknown, there is something so special, and that something is potential. When you're initiating the expansion, the potential to expand is at its greatest. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm naes, the artist you don't know yet. I'm a full-time creative. I make music. I make digital content. I like to tell stories, and I like to collaborate with other artists so that we could collectively shape a better world. I'm having so much fun right now because I feel in alignment with my passion. That's my positioning on this topic, so you can understand where I come from and some of the battles I've had to face when starting over. Looking myself in the mirror and realizing I'm not where I want to be is tough because some of it feels existential. Some of it feels so externally out of our control that it's like, damn, how can I ever not work in corporate, move to a new city? These things are typically tied to our finances, things that are more tangible or concrete. What I'm continuing to learn through this process is that the external is shaped by our internal. And when you tell yourself you can take that leap, the external starts to show up that way. When you decide to change your internal world, your external world will begin to materialize those changes as well. An element to the art of starting over is leaning into the possibilities. And in the creative act, Rick Rubin calls that the unseen. Here's a quote. The act of creation is an attempt to enter a mysterious realm, a longing to transcend. What we create allows us to share glimpses of an inner landscape, one that is beyond our understanding. Art is a portal to the unseen world. T! Your girl's been reading. You know, last year your girl was an artist way girly, and I'm still an artist way girly, but like, I don't know, something about the creative act is just fitting my aesthetic a little bit more today. My interpretation of that is using our gifts, using our creativity is the mechanism which brings about the life that we want to see, even if we don't materially see it yet. Let her cook. How can we lean into those skills, our creativity? I believe it's all about being a student. When you choose to be a student, and I don't mean conventional education, I just mean when you find something you utterly love, you hyperfixate on it. You go on YouTube and research it on your own will. You ask people in your real life how they feel or think or do this thing. When you really love something, you will be a student to it. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like growth. It feels like cultivating a process. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, this is tedious. Oh my goodness, this is something that I hate and it's monotonous and it has no joy. When you truly love something, to sharpen your skills is the fulfilling part of it. Of course, getting to a platform where you can perform those skills or express those skills is a beautiful thing, but some of us don't want to. If you're called to share like me, we have to create a relationship with the process that is so beautiful that we aren't dependent on the external validation, how others perceive us and what we create. Falling in love with learning again is essential because every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new side quest in this beautiful mission of creating your own destiny, creating your life. Now, pulling from one of the philosophies from my homegirl, Julia Cameron, synchronicity. Don't get it twisted, she's still that girl. When you lean into your true core beautiful beliefs, especially those surrounding your creativity and how you want to live your life, the universe will begin to show you these pathways. Doors will magically open. Roads that you didn't see before feel like they are paved out of thin air. So here are a few excerpts from Julia Cameron. The universe falls in with worthy plans, and most especially with festive, expansive ones. Sometimes you just gotta snap when you really want to believe something. This one is my favorite. It says, leap, and the net will appear. But let's talk about it. Once we have our mindset, our internal beliefs open to what the universe has in store for us, the next immediate step is action. It doesn't say think about leaping and the net will appear. You have to take that first step. You have to, in my case, quit that job. You have to, in my case, go to that networking event. You have to, in my case, apply for that artist grant. The net will appear. The net is everything that you need in the material world to foster that mobility, foster your vision. What Julia Cameron calls synchronicity, Rick Rubin says, look for clues. When something out of the ordinary happens, ask yourself why. What's the message? What could be the greater meaning? I'll give you some personal tea. Personal tea. I find a lot of things on Instagram. I'm 24, Gen Z. I spend a lot of time on Instagram. Instagram has led me to events and opportunities that I am fully acting in right now. I found out about a studio that lets artists record their projects for free. I applied. I'm currently working with that studio. Leap and the net will appear. Okay, moving out of my woo-woo. Actually, this next topic, I'm looking at my notes. My next topic is even more woo-woo. I'm a woo-woo type of chick. The timing of your pivot is just as crucial to the art of starting over as everything else I've already mentioned. Springtime is soon coming. If you have this calling in you to start something new, I'm telling you it's now. I'm telling you it's now. You might have thought it was New Year's, January 1st, but newsflash, here in New York, everything was dead. There were no buds on the trees, no flowers. The grass was brown, like everything was barren. January 1st is positioned to us as our new year, so many people try to start things and then wonder why they can't finish it because by March they're burnt out. Well, baby, it was because you were supposed to be hibernating like the big bears. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to be prioritizing rest. You were supposed to be planning, ideating your projects and your next steps in life, baby. You weren't supposed to be taking them. But springtime is around. And here in New York, Mr. Softy is outside. So if you're in New York and you hear Mr. Softy outside, yeah, now you start doing some stuff. Now you start taking more steps. Now you put yourself in a position to be more visible. That's what I'm doing today. Hey, neighbors. Now you put yourself in a position to move. Because just like you are growing, so are the trees and the flowers. The bees are coming back out. Shit is about to get pollinated. Like, your dreams are about to be pollinated right now in this season. Clap it up for nature. I am a tree. But yes, that's what I tell myself every time I'm trying to like stay sturdy and tree pose. I am nature. Summertime, you're popping out. Summertime, you're popping out full steam. You have the energy. The sun is shining and radiating on you. You don't feel burnt out. Later in fall, you'll get to reap some of that work. And then in the winter, you get to rest and prepare to do it all over again. The timing of your pivot is essential to the art of starting over. Make sure you're in a position of growth when you want to start something new. If you know you need to shed a few things before you start something new, shed those things. It could be relationships. It could be conversations that don't serve you. It could be content that keeps you numb and dumb. It could be content that keeps you numb and dumb. A lot of y'all, including myself, need to shed that doom scrolling. Clear our minds. Give our spirit the space to believe something new is possible. And then our body will follow. And then the universe will show up for ourselves. And the universe will bend and twist and open and expand to those beliefs and to our actions. I'm a woo-woo type of chick. I want to ground us in the reassurance of starting over is not a position of lack. Yes, we're in student mode. Yes, we're learning new things. Yes, we shedded things that we don't need. But understand the things that you also kept. You kept the lessons of that corporate job that made you miserable. The lessons of those friendships and relationships that didn't serve you or support you. You are never in a position where you're at zero. So understand that even when you're starting over, you're not starting without. You have all the lessons. You have all the inspiration. You have all the things that you know you don't want to do. And that is more than enough to initiate the journey of creating your destiny. If this resonates with you, this is the point where I tell you to subscribe. And although I would love it if you subscribe because I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel this year, but genuinely, I think you should subscribe so that we can be companions on this journey of starting over. I am fully committed to myself, baby. I'm committed to my dreams. I'm committed to my passions, to my community, to my creativity, to my purpose. So if you need a digital accountability partner, I'm putting in my application, okay? Subscribe not only because I love having new neighbors, but so that we can actually learn from each other. Let me know in the comments, where's an area in your life where you're like, that ain't it no more, and it's time for a pivot. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be showing up, and I'm going to be on this journey. So if you want to be on this journey with me, then I would say subscribe. If you don't want to be on this journey, then maybe this isn't the channel for you. If you still need a little inspiration and you want to see how it pans out, then, tune in next week and you'll see where we're at with it. But honestly, thank you for being here. I'm naes, the artist you just took some time to meet, and I'll see you next time. Later, neighbors. The sun will always rise.